So earlier in the spring, this section of the chicken run, my husband filled this thing up. It was overflowing with wood chips. And the chickens love going through the wood chips. So they're eating bugs, they're adding nitrogen, and then I add any food scraps from the garden and different things in here. And so now you can see how much it has compacted. So now my job is to kind of move the big wood chips out of the way, and I'll dig down into the dirt and I'll bring it over here to sift it into my wheelbarrow. This isn't, probably could sift it twice, but we don't. And this gets the big chunks of wood chips and rocks out. And this is just filled with worms and nitrogen and all kinds of wonderful things that the chickens have worked for 6 or 7 months on. So after I do this, clean this out today, we have some more wood chips that we will add to this. And so in the spring, I can get some more compost and add it to my holes when I plant. So this is how we compost out here. We don't spend a whole lot of money on it. It's just wood chips we get for free. Add to the chicken run, add your food scraps, and let time do what it does best. And that is it decomposes and makes beautiful soil. Here's what it looks like when you dig down, and I always have a helper come and find some of the yummy worms that they can't scratch too, and all kinds of little bugs and things. But as you can tell, it looks pretty good underneath there. The reason why I wanted to get it done so quickly is because we actually are in a drought right now, and this is really hard to sift when it's wet. And you can actually tell it's still somewhat moist. And I sifted it when it's wet, and it's 10 times harder. So when it's like this, I just break it up with my shovel, and then I'll use my hands to push it through. So yeah, chickens love it when I go through and pull out the compost, because they can get down into some things that they can't reach. Here's what's left after I take my hands and sift it. Just tell there's just bigger wood chips and some rocks and things left on top. And once again, underneath looks really good. There's the chickens doing their thing. We haven't looked at the ducks in a while. Look how big they are. I'm still in awe that we have ducks. Don't know exactly what we have quite yet, but it's been really fun to watch them. They just get right in there with the chickens. Look at that beauty back there. She is, or he is, gorgeous. So here's my wheelbarrow full, and this stuff is gorgeous. It does not smell at all. It just smells like dirt. And I'm going to take this out next to the garden, put it on top of a tarp, put some chicken manure on it, coffee grounds and eggshells, and let it sit until I'm ready to put it in the garden. Just can't get over how beautiful it is. So we're out here next to the garden. I have brought out all the compost from the chicken coop. It's laid out on this tarp. I've mixed in some old eggs that we couldn't eat. Just threw them, chopped them up, put them in there. There's fresh chicken manure as well. And then I just threw some hay on top, and then I'm going to pull the tarp over and lay something down just to kind of hold some moisture in and get it to working. I'll just keep adding chicken compost as I feel like it, and then chicken manure as well, and I'll just kind of let this sit for the next 4 or 5 weeks until the garden is cleaned out. And then we will take this black gold and we'll put it down the rows, cover it with more hay or wood chips, whatever is readily available. So that's the plan. We are already thinking about the fall and the covering for the winter.